Bossing is one of the main features of PoE. Many players prefer bossing over other stuff because they don't have to worry about running fast to clear packs of monsters, and its simplicity in acquisition. Buy fragments and you can go. When it comes down to profitability though, there might be some challenges. In first case we have bosses like Syrian Exarch or Ether Worlds, which are profitable in the long run, but their profitability relies on getting big items with rare drop chance. On the other hand, bosses like Shaper or Cyrus have consistent profit margins, but take quite a lot of time to complete, which might cause you to feel burned out. But there is another bossing strategy that's both fast and does not rely on big drops. Inspired by a Reddit post from user Humpty Dumpty, I've decided to try and optimize Writhing/Polaric invitation farming strategy. These are Black Star and Infinite Hunger, small bosses of Syrian Exarch and Ether Worlds. There are some distinct aspects about this strategy. First of all, there are no big drops. All profits are based on items that consistently drop and sellable in bulk. And the second moment is that it's very fast. You just enter the arena, kill boss quickly, leave and repeat. For this strategy there are some important atlas passes we have to take in order to maximize our profits. First of all, there is Liberated Knowledge for Polaric invitations, which gives us 10% chance to get extra Grand Eldritch Ember when we defeat Black Star, and for Writhing invitation, Regurgitated Relics, which gives us 25% chance to duplicate all Eldritch currencies we drop. This includes both Eldritch Icarus as well as Eldritch Exalts, Chaos Orbs and Annuls. Second of all, we take Martial Forces, which gives us 20% chance to drop Conquer map on every boss completion. And third, we've got Height of Hubris, which increases invitations quantity and also making bosses more difficult. In order to maximize the amount of invitations you can run, you'd like to farm bosses before they go into invulnerable phases or use dangerous spells. Scoured Black Star has 33 million health, while the Infinite Hunger has 43. Alken Wallin invitation will give 1 to 3 tanking mods on average, which makes it so it takes from 50% to 200% longer than to kill, depending on your build. If your target is to kill a boss in 5 seconds, then your DPS should be next. With now mods, 7 million DPS for Black Star and 9 million for Infinite Hunger. With one tanking mod, your DPS should be from 12 to 17 million. If you're fine with 2 tanking mods, then 25 to 40 million should be acceptable, and with 3 mods, 60 plus is the way to go. Some mod combinations required me to have 200 million DPS in order to kill the boss in 5 seconds, which caused the increase of time for average boss kill. As with every bossing strategy, the setup is very small. You just buy invitations in bulk, either on PvE trading site or on TFT Discord server, and then you just Alken Wallin maps and look if there are any brick mods for your build, and then you just run them. I didn't target any invitation specifically, but in total I ran 686 Writhing invitations and 314 Polarics. On this tab you can see the loot from 1000 invitations. So in total I got 274 Grand and 273 Great Eldritch Icarus, as well as 103 Grand and 91 Great Eldritch Ember. This confirms that Tier 2 and Tier 3 Eldritch currencies have the same drop chance in this arena. I've also got 137 Eldritch Chaos Orbs, 126 Eldritch Exalts, and 175 Orbs of Annulment, which I think was a bit on the lucky side, but still acceptable. I've also dropped 200 Conqueror maps in total. 126 of them are regular Conqueror maps. There are some lucky drops I've got, which aren't included in total profit, like 2 +1 Max Frenzy Ceaseless Feast, or +1 Max Res and 9% RMR Amulet. The maps you see on the right are 74 Crimson Temple Conqueror maps, which are worth 90C in bulk, and usually used by apothecary MFers and other farmers. There is a strategy to maximize a specific map drop in this invitation. So I would like to talk a little bit about map manipulation. Conqueror maps can drop as Tier 14, Tier 15 and Tier 16. If we use forward stones, then all 100 non-unique maps can drop as Tier 16 map. There are also Tier 15 and Tier 14 maps in the pool, and these will be natural maps on the Atlas as if we had no white stones. Even if we favor a single Crimson Temple 12 times, the chance of getting Crimson Temple will be about 57%, considering that all tiers of Conqueror maps have equal chances, we will get 36 Conqueror Crimson Temples. But this map has a very interesting location. If we use 3 white stones instead, then it becomes tier 15 map alongside 7 other maps. With Shadow Shaping Atlas Keystone allocated, we can block these 7 maps and make it so when we get tier 15 Conqueror map from boss, it is guaranteed to be Crimson Temple. Which makes it so we'll get at least 67 maps out of 200 Conqueror maps. So if there is a Conqueror map that can get either tier 14 or tier 15 with any combination of white stones, then use Shadow Shaping to block all maps of that tier except for the one you want to keep. Alternative way to manipulate maps is to use traditional method of favoring a single map 12 times. Let's imagine Glacier got new high demand card and therefore its Conqueror map will be very expensive. Current Atlas doesn't allow us to make it tier 14 or tier 15. With 1 white stone it's tier 12 map, while with 2 it's tier 16. In this case, we would have 73% chance to get Glacier as tier 16 map. You should use the minimal amount of white stones so that you don't dilute the pool too much. Prices and profits are recorded on July 2nd. You can make a copy of Spreadsheet to input your data or calculate your potential profit depending on how much do you pay for invitations in bulk, how fast do you kill the bosses, or how much currencies and maps are worth at the time you're trying this strat. So in the spreadsheet you can see that I've spent 60 exalts to buy invitations, all can vault them. I paid 10 chaos per invitation on average. In total I got 165 exalts. It transitioned into 105 exalts of profit. On average it took me 25 seconds to complete one invitation. This includes putting in on Atlas, running into arena, killing the boss, running back and starting a new one. I've completed 1k invitations in roughly 7 hours. So the total profit of this strategy for me was very good, which is 15 exalts an hour. This number is very big. As I mentioned before, I think I was a bit lucky on Eldritch currency drops, but it was still in acceptable range. So there are 3 reasons that this strategy was so profitable for me. First of all, I was buying them very cheap, only 10 chaos per bulk invitation. Even if you pay 15 chaos and complete the boss this fast, you'll still have 11 exalts of profit, but you can see that your profit per invitation will be lower. The second reason this strategy was so good for me was because I was killing bosses very quickly. This is a key aspect about this strategy. If you kill the boss about twice as slow and paying 15 chaos in bulk, then it will take you roughly 14 hours to complete 1000 invitations, and then your profit margin will be 5.6 exalts, which is still very good profit, but not an exceptional one. And the third reason was because this strategy was tested and recorded on week 6 of the league, which is quite late, and the supply for crafting materials, Eldritch currencies was getting much lower if you compare it to beginning of the league. Therefore their prices were going up and up. That's how I got so much profit just from Eldritch currencies. If you're trying this strategy in 3.19 or later and the prices of Eldritch currencies is different, you can see what's your profit gonna be by inputting your own data. So the final question I'd like to answer is, which invitation should you run, Writhing or Polaric? In short, there is no big difference, because running any invitation is very profitable, but the long answer is Writhing invitation is better than Polaric, because with 25 chance of duplicating Eldritch, Chaos Orbs, Exalt and Nose, the average profit margin for Writhing invitation is roughly 4 chaos per invitation, while 10% chance to get extra Grand Eldritch Chamber gives us 0.35 chaos per invitation. It is important to know that Polaric invitation is easy to complete if your DPS is on the lower side, but overall Writhing is better, but you shouldn't worry too much about it, because this invitation is just that good. It is important to know that I ran more Writhing invitations than Polarics, and this caused this amount of profit for me. If I ran, let's say, 2 times Polaric invitation, 2 Writhings, then my profit would have been smaller, but you don't have to worry about it too much. because the goal is to run invitations very fast. Thanks for watching this video. This was my debut in PoE content creation. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video and you find the information useful. If you have any ideas about which topics should I cover next, which type of content you'd like to see from me, or any criticism of the way I present the information, let me know down in the comments. There are some ideas in my mind I'd like to realize in the future, so if you are interested in more guides or other PoE related content, then let me know in YouTube comments or in other socials. Thanks for watching once again, have a good one.